Good morning, lady bosses. Tuesday morning, 10 o'clock, Facebook Live. And it's going to be 10 o'clock for almost 40 more seconds. So I'm going to hang in here for just a minute, give you a little bit of time to get on. But I don't want to wait too long because if people are watching the recording, I know there's nothing I hate more than having somebody blow all this time in the beginning. Hey, Melissa's there. Good morning, Melissa. Boy, bright and early. Awesome. I'll tell you, you people, you ladies who jump on right at 10 o'clock, wow, you're my, like, really, I don't know if that's just so organized. I mean, I don't know, is that kind of my OCD a little bit, but is it also, it's just like your personality? Like, I have alarms set. If I got to be in a meeting, I've got an alarm set so I'm there on time right when it starts. So I have a feeling you ladies are kind of doing the same thing because it's just gets me really excited to see you popping on here right at 10 o'clock. So anyway, I'm going to get started. Anybody who comes on late can watch the recording and catch what they missed. But Thanksgiving week, ladies, the official beginning of the season of crazy, right? This is totally the season of crazy. Hey, Bunny, how are you? Totally the season of crazy because we know, I mean, gosh, I think I say it every week, you know, we're all busy. None of us have enough time to do anything. And now with the holidays here, for the next month, you may as well have just been given another full-time job, right? Because there's that much extra work to do. So how are you going to keep your sanity? How are you going to get through this and get the stuff done that has to be done, okay? Focus is going to be key. So let's start talking about it because when you're this busy, hey, Amira, when you get this busy, the problem is you get sucked into something that I don't remember if it was a book or a lot of trainings years ago that we used to go to called Tyranny of the Urgent. We get sucked into Tyranny of the Urgent. We've so much to do that we just kind of do whatever seems urgent at the moment, but the important things often don't get done. Something's got to suffer when you're operating that way. Sometimes it's going to be your business. Sometimes it's going to be your family. But bottom line, when you're that overwhelmed, something important is going to get ignored. Something's going to pay for it, okay? So, hold on. We're going to get to the focus part in a minute, but here's the deal. This is the answer to everything. Hey, Linda, how are you? Hi, friend. Hi, Amira. You ladies are so awesome. Anyway, I don't want to lose my focus, and we're never going to get through this. So we're going to talk about focus. But listen, this is something that you probably feel like, oh my God, is this her answer to everything? I'm going to tell you right now, yes, this is my answer to everything in life, whether it's relationships, whether it's your business, whether it's all the stuff you have to do for the holidays. Everything comes down to having a plan, right? If you don't have a plan at this time of the year, guess what it looks like? It looks like you're out there and 50,000 balls are being thrown at you and you're just out there catching balls and you're just catching any ball you can grab with your hands, right? That is no focus at all. And if you're just catching the ones you can, what's dropping to the ground? There's a really good chance that some of those balls that you're not catching were some of the most critical, most important balls that you should have been catching, okay? So here's the difference between tyranny of the urgent and being more intentional. You're just going to catch the red balls, okay? There's focus. Focus on catching and working on the things that are most important, okay? So here's my story, and this just hit me, and I'm telling you, this works. This just hit me a week ago when all of a sudden, like I knew, but there's always a moment or two when the holidays are building up where suddenly you really have a heavy realization of everything you have to do. Well, I'm going on vacation for a week, leaving 2 weeks from Thursday. So I'm going to get home right before Christmas. So all of a sudden I realized I'm down to 2 weeks to get my house decorated. And for any of you who've never been at my house for Christmas, you probably don't know that I have at least the really big storage bins. I have in the 30s. I have 30 some storage bins of Christmas stuff because I really love Christmas and I really do a lot of decorating. So add that to the fact that I moved this year. Now at the old house, it was great because before I undecorated, I took pictures of every single room and I packed stuff up according to room. So the following year, I just grabbed the boxes for the kitchen, went in the kitchen, looked at my pictures, boom, boom, boom. Seriously, all those boxes, I was finished in 2 days. All those boxes, I can't even tell you how many trees. 2 days, I was finished start to finish. So now the realization of the fact that I have 2 weeks, not only to get all my shopping done and wrapped and all that good stuff, but decorating. I had no idea how long it was going to take me to decorate a new house, a house that's new to me, because I didn't know where I was going to put anything. And that's a lot of shit to unpack and start to figure out, because you unpack it like, oh, okay, I'll try it there. And then you unpack another box like, oh, that might be better. Well, amazingly, it only ended up taking a weekend. I have 1 tree left to decorate, but that's it. But it didn't take long. But I had that weighing on my mind, plus all the shopping, plus all the normal stuff, the meetings. And the week before I go away, I think I have something every single day, some kind of event I have to go to every single day. The night before I leave, I have to go to the airport to pick up my son. And then the day I leave is probably the day that I'll pack, because seriously, it's just going to be that crazy. So all of a sudden, this overwhelming feeling just sat on my chest and felt like it was going to suffocate me. Like, holy crap. But here's the deal. I knew what to do because I do this every year and it works. Now listen, if you have kids, don't you know that you wish your kids would just listen to you about life lessons, because you've already been there. You've already made all the mistakes. You've already had all the heartache, and you know how much of that you could save them from if they would just listen. But they don't. And you know what? With kids, it's probably just as good that they don't, because we know that they learn much more when they have to experience things themselves. But we know how frustrating it is when it's like, they would not have had to go through that if they had just listened. Okay, so the stuff I'm going to tell you, the nuts and bolts of what I'm going to tell you, it works. This isn't like raising kids. This is different. But listen, let me save you the anxiety of going through one more holiday being so stressed out that you really have a hard time enjoying any of it. Oh my gosh, this is a time of year that can be so joyful. But if you don't have a plan and it's all controlling you instead of you controlling it, you're not going to experience the joy of it. I guarantee you that. And you probably can confirm that from previous years. So listen, this is what I do and it works. Please, if you haven't done it, try it. If you feel overwhelmed, please try it. First thing I do, and the other night when I was feeling this overwhelm, it was like, okay, tomorrow I'm going to take whatever time I need and I'm going to fill in my paper calendar for the rest of the year. Write down everything every event I have to go to, my nail appointment, my doctor appointment, whatever it is. Write everything down, all the parties, all the events. There is magic in that, because when you write everything down, you know what magically appears on those pages? This like blows me away every single time it happens. But I suddenly look at those pages and I see so much white space. So many big chunks of time that are my time to do with whatever I want. That is magical, because all this overwhelm in your head, because all this stuff's jumping around in your head, when you finally do that brain dump and write it all down on a calendar, because face it, you might be talking a whole month's worth of activities, but when you actually write them down, they're being spread out over a month. Like, I have plenty of time to get done the stuff I have to do. It's amazing. It's magical. So it's really important. Write things down. So write down every appointment, okay? And as soon as you do that, now you've got this space where you can fill in all the things that need to be done. So guess what? You're just catching the red balls, okay? You're being so much more intentional now with your time. So the next thing you're doing, and you could almost be doing it simultaneously, is making that list of all the things you have to do. Buying presents, wrapping presents, delivering presents, making cookies, business stuff. You don't want your business to suffer over the holidays, but you don't want anything to suffer that's important. So business things you have to do, a list of everything you need to do. And then you can take that list, look at the white spots on your calendar, and start fitting them in where they need to be fit in. And 2 important notes on that. And the first one you have to think about before you start filling in that white space. Don't give yourself too much time to do the things that need to be done. Because the more time you give yourself to do it, the more you're just going to let distractions creep in, and it's just going to clutter things up. You're going to allow more distractions every day when you have all this time. Because you know why? When you have a time goal that's like way out here, it's easy to lose sight of it. But when you bring it in really close and it's right there, you bring a lot more focus to it. You shut everything down to get that job done. If you have to get a report done tonight for a presentation you're doing tomorrow morning, guess what? You're not answering your phone. You're not looking at your email notifications. You're not doing anything but focusing on that project. So when you let something go till the end and really bring that focus to it, you create so much extra time for yourself. And isn't that what you want? Isn't that what you need? Isn't that going to give you the breath you need to relax and enjoy this whole season? Colleen, important point. Schedule the downtime and the fun time. And listen, a lot of the time, the things that I'm scheduling and writing on my calendar over the holidays, they are the fun time. I'm doing a Friendsgiving with my Polka Dot Sisterhood. I've got Rotary functions to go to and Christmas parties and family events. And they're fun time and they are scheduled. But you know what? If you can calm all this down by having a plan and working a plan calmly, how much more are you going to enjoy those times? So you're right. It's so important to schedule it, but then operate this season in a way that allows you to enjoy it. Because otherwise you're going to schedule it and you're going to be miserable because you're going to be sitting there thinking of all the thousands of things you need to do when you get home. So bringing things down to the focus part two, bringing the focus closer. Another thing is I used to love to decorate my house like starting Thanksgiving or just a couple days before Thanksgiving because it's the official start of the season. I wanted to have my tree up and all that. Or I would do it even, if I couldn't do that, then I would do it the weekend after Thanksgiving. Well, I've got urgency now and a different kind of focus because on Thanksgiving Day, my sister and I decorate my mom's house. And if I had to do that Thanksgiving Day and then go home and do mine, there'd be like no way. I could not do it. I'd be totally burned out. So my goal is that has to be done before Thanksgiving, before I go to Mom's Thanksgiving Day. So I got it done this weekend, except for one tree that's getting done today, and then I'm finished. So that is like such a huge weight lifted because I can just already, I get up in the morning, I turn on all the lights, and I can just enjoy this all day long, every day for the whole season. And I love it. So that right there puts me in that mood. But because I had such a short time frame of doing it, I did it without distraction. So here's where we're talking about focus. If you don't have a lot of time to do something and you've really got to bring maximum focus to it, turn off your notifications. Hey, just put your phone in airplane mode for an hour. If you're scared to death to do it, just try it for an hour. Don't turn TV on. I had Christmas music on because that was just great background to keep me in the mood and make me happy. And maybe that's why I got it done in 2 days, because I did not allow any distractions. So there's the thing. You'll get a job done in so much less time, probably 20% less time if you're really focused and you shut down the distractions. Because we know that when you're jumping from one thing to another, you're losing 20% of your productivity. So you're getting 20% of your time back. And if you don't need it this time of year more than any other time, I don't know when you do. So the focus, bringing it in close, bringing that deadline in closer is going to help you focus and get it done in less amount of time. So it leaves more time to do the other things. So the other important thing when you're writing these things into the white space on your calendar is prioritize them. My priority system is that if it's really the most important thing, whether it's business or personal or health, it's on my calendar in green. Okay, so when I'm working this day and working on the things, and I've now come to my white space, you might have 10 things in that white space you want to get done this today. And it might be a whole lot easier to do all the things that are not the priority because they might be the easy things to do. They might be the things that you think, I can just knock them out in a few minutes. But you know what? Don't do anything till you get the green stuff done. Get the most important things done. I just realized I'm talking red balls and green for priorities. I'm in the holiday spirit. I got my house decorated. What can I say? Anyway, make sure you prioritize it because then you know what? It's just get the tough stuff done first. Just get it done. Because you know what? Once it's done and that's off your plate, you're just going to breathe a much deeper sigh of relief, and you're going to be able to bring so much more to the other activities. They're just little things you can just bang through. And you know what? If you don't get them done, they can just hang out there for the next week, the following week. If they get done, fine. If they don't, it's totally okay. They weren't as important, but you got the important things done. But you're not going to get them done if you don't bring focus. This time of year, no matter what you're doing, even if it's your business, if you've got an hour today, you've got to work on your business, please try and shut down the notifications. Honestly, I think this is one of our biggest evils today. Is just technology is so fabulous. Oh my gosh, give me something techie. You can keep the diamonds and the flowers and the jewelry. I love technology, but when I see how it's robbing us of our focus, it's robbing us from being present. You know, that's another important factor. If you shut down the distractions, even while you're decorating the house, you're not like just constantly jumping from one thing to another. You are like really present in what you're doing. You're listening to Christmas music. You're getting out these things you haven't seen in a year. And it's a nice feeling. It just really feels good. And unless you can shut down the distractions, you're going to forget what it's like to be present and how good that's going to feel. So really, if it's hard and it's scary because you're so used, like you think, but oh my gosh, you know, my kids might need to get a hold of me. They can call you. If it's urgent, they're not going to be totally dependent on a text. If you don't get a text and they text you again and they text you again and you haven't answered it 3 times, they'll call you if it's really important. So you're not going to miss anything critical. There's nothing else that can't wait. There's nothing that can't wait an hour. So try it. And when you see the rewards from it, I'm hoping you can turn those distractions off for longer and longer periods of time, to maybe only check your emails twice a day. I totally turned off my notifications for my messenger and my text messages. And so if you send me a text or a message and I'm not responding, it's because I have no idea I got a message. I don't see them until I actually sit down and open it up to see what's going on. So if something was really important and I missed it, I missed it. But if it's really important, call me. But I totally shut it down. It's too distracting, and it's robbing you of so much in your life. It's robbing you of time, which you don't have to give up, and it's robbing you of being present. So they're really, really important things. So let me see. I don't think I forgot anything, but bottom line, that is it. Make a plan. Fill it out, but write it down. Honestly, as soon as you write down everything you have to do, you'll realize you have so much more time available, whether it's to make cookies or write Christmas cards, whatever it is. You'll have so much more time, and you'll feel more relaxed. You'll go into the holiday season more relaxed and able to really, really be present and enjoy the season for everything that it is. So what are you going to do? Come on. Do you have any questions? And tell me what you're going to do. I would love to hear some ideas, and I'd love to hear if it's a crazy time of year for you. Some of you might have it nailed. I know some people who just, they don't decorate anymore. They have very little of anybody to buy for. It's just another time of year. But for most people, it's absolutely crazy. And most of that craziness falls to us women. Just, it's still the way it is. We do most of the shopping. We do most of the wrapping. We do most of the entertaining and the cooking and the baking. It's just the way it is. So anything else? Make sure there aren't some scrolling here that I don't see. 10:19. We're done a little early. Not too much. Okay, well, look, if you think of anything later or you have any questions, ask them in the comments. I'll be happy to answer them later. But I hope this helps you, because it's a fantastic season. It is my favorite time of the year. And but I'll tell you, it doesn't start out feeling that way. When I feel that heaviness that I felt last week, I just feel like I seriously feel like I can't breathe. Like, oh my gosh, how am I ever going to do this? And then on top of it all, I'm going on vacation. How miserable would it be to be on vacation and not be able to be present and enjoy that because I'm thinking about all I have to do at home? Like, no way. Bunny plans on writing. That's awesome. So I hope you have a plan, Bunny, where you can just relax and enjoy it and really be present, because you have to be present for that. Colleen, the gifts I'm buying are experiences. I love that. Oh, I love that. That's something I was just talking to some women about, because one of the tough things about the holidays is the feeling that you just need to buy presents, and it's almost like you're buying gifts for the sake of buying gifts, and there's just no thought anymore because you're buying gifts for people who don't need anything. And we said, how much neater, and so many more families are doing that. They're not buying presents at all, but they're buying memories. They're maybe going on a vacation together or just gone somewhere together overnight. And, the kids participate maybe by buying the whole family breakfast the next morning, but they have everybody participating in a way, but they're spending time together. And that's, I'm excited because this is the first year I'm doing something a little different. One of my children, I have a son who lives in Hawaii, so we don't usually see him more than once a year. And it's not usually at Christmas time, it's usually in the summer. So he's home this Christmas. And I thought, you know what, this year, I never did this before, but I decided I wanted to have a night out with my 4 kids. No spouses, no grandkids, just me and my kids. And we're going to go do an escape room together, and then we're going to go out to dinner together, because I haven't done an escape room yet, but I love the team building idea it is. So the fact that we're all going to have to work together and accomplish this together. And I'm so excited about it. And I'll tell you what, we're doing it the day that I get home from my vacation, and I'll be in Europe. So when I come home from Europe, I'm jet lagged for a week. I don't have the problem going, but coming back, it kills me for a week. So I may not even be able to function, but even if I can't talk, there is nothing that makes me happier than being in a room with my kids and watching them interact and have fun together and talk to each other. There's just like nothing that makes me happier. So I am so excited. So that's a tradition that we're doing this year that we never did before, and I'm looking so forward to it. So yeah, build memories. That's something you can't take away. The gifts you buy for the sake of buying, nobody's going to remember, but the memories are something nobody's going to forget. Bunny has a bunch of fun things coming up. That's awesome. Well, ladies, sometimes I have to say no. It gets me too far off my plans. Yes. Oh, how many of you have a hard time saying no? Just remember, saying yes to anything means you're saying no to something else. So if you say yes to something you should be saying no to, something important somewhere is going to suffer. So saying yes to one thing means you're saying no to something else. Remember that. So, and listen, we can come up with all different kinds of nice ways to say it, but you have to just be honest with people, and you have to be able to say no. Absolutely. It's not just your sanity. It's everything around you. You can't say yes all the time. Okay, ladies, again, it's awesome spending a Tuesday morning with you. I wish you all a very happy Thanksgiving. I'm so thankful for you, ladies. I'm so thankful that every Tuesday morning, such a great number of ladies join me and we can talk and spend this time together. Makes me really happy, something I'm very happy and thankful for. So listen, have a great Thanksgiving. We'll talk again before the holidays because I'll talk to you next week, but have a great week and a great weekend. See you later.